Hey y'all, hey. Come on in here and catch this vibe. Today, I'm going to talk about moving logistics. And moving logistics are relative, but I'm just going to talk about mine. So, my best advice, and I wrote myself some notes so I won't be all over the place. My best advice is to begin with shipping costs first and work backwards because see, I began with this idea in mind, and it turned out not to be what I consider to be a financially feasible idea. Um, I thought that I would be able to maximize the Southwest checked baggage um, and then ship the rest because most people don't know this, but Southwest has a phenomenal check baggage policy. You are allowed to take up to 20 pieces of checked baggage on Southwest, and they can be oversized up to 80 inches, and they can be overweight up to 100 pounds, and the bags are $125 each. So I had this harebrained scheme that I would just maximize that, and then I would ship some stuff and, store it in my extra bedroom when it got there. And then I found out that then I found out that I would have to, if I took these 20 bags, that I would have to clear each piece of luggage individually. And I don't know if you all know anything about customs at the airport, either of them in Jamaica, but you do not want to be in there trying to clear 20 pieces of luggage. And then I would have to pay the custom fees on those 20 bags individually because they are individual pieces. So, excuse me, it was suggested that I, instead of doing that, or in addition to doing that, for the bigger pieces, that I would ship them in crates because, like, I don't have enough stuff for a container. So the other option for me would be crates and barrels. I have too much stuff for barrels, so a crate was where it was. And the way it worked out for me, the shipping containers that I would need, the most affordable one I found was $799. And I can't remember what size it was, but I would need at least two of those crates. And at that point, I would have to have both of them built and then delivered here to my loading dock. Then I would have someone to come and pack the crates. Then they would come back and pick up the crates. And then the crate would go to the dock. And then at the dock, it'll be shipped. Then I'll have to pick it up there and it'll be cleared. And then I'll have to pay more fees on top of the shipping that I already paid, all the other extra additional fees that come with just shipping, the taxes, the fee for equipment, the moving, all that stuff. And then I would have to pay somebody to pick those crates up, the two crates up after they were cleared, move them to my yard. Then someone would have to unpack them and then break the crates down and take them away, or whatever would happen to the crates. They would be so repurposed some sort of way. And after all that, I just decided that is just way too much crap. I'm not doing that. It's just way too much work. And at this point in my life, it's all about the path of least resistance. So I looked around and I just realized, that, after walking through here few times, that maybe I don't like these things like I think I like these things. So, what happened was I ended up having to grieve my things. I literally grieved my things because I would go back and forth like I want them. I like them, but do I like them this much? And then I would look around like, the things that I liked the most, they were small enough that I could take the majority of them. So after I, literally cried about 2 days and dealt with grieving my things and just releasing my stuff, I sent out a text message to about 10 local people that I enjoy. And I let them know that I was liquidating my apartment and that if they need anything, to let me know whatever they needed. So um, things were dispersed like one of my colleagues wanted all of my dresses because I wear dresses every day, and mainly different dresses when I work every day. Never the same dress for the most part. And then so she wanted all the ones that I am not keeping. And then another one of my colleagues wanted all of my shoes that I am not taking. And my goddaughter claimed my furniture. My ex-husband came and got all of his favorite things. And everything else that he and my personal assistant, both of them got their favorite things. And after that, everything else is going to So What Else. So What Else is my favorite thrift store in town. Um, they mean a lot to me because they're very supportive of me and my children at school. And all the people who go into that establishment, they get free food and free whatever is in there in the thrift store. They don't take any money for things. So when you give your things, they don't sell them back. People who really need them get to shop for them for free. And I appreciate that. So everything that anybody didn't take, they got. And so right now, how am I doing with my progress of packing? um, 2 3/4 of my bags are fully packed. I decided to condense myself down to 10 bags, 10 pieces of luggage total. And anything that doesn't fit in 10 pieces of luggage will not be coming along with me. Um, so my move out date here is July 15th, and I'll have everything sorted by then. Honestly, don't worry about how my packing's going. It's going. It'll be done by the 15th. And okay, so when it came to dealing with a lot of these logistics, I likened it to buying my freedom because I had to break a few contracts in order to get out of here. You know what I mean? Like, and many of the contracts cost me money. I mean, I couldn't leave and take my job with me, so I had to give that thing back. Um, I am not taking my car with me right now, so my mom is a very happy girl. Um, I just moved in March, so as soon as I moved in, I changed my mind because, you know, part of my now decision to do this was just like, I don't even really like this place anymore. So I had to break that contract, and there's a fee. My fee was $26.85 because it was 1 month break fee, which was 1 month rent and 60 days notice. So depending on your obligations, you may have to buy your freedom as well. And all depending on, what it's worth. It's up to you. So, but for me, unloading this stuff, I kind of associate it with the highest level of success. Most like where most people associate the stuff that I've obtained or all the other things as the level of success. I don't equate that to success. What success is to me and what it looks like to me is freedom. It is especially very important at this point in my life because, my favorite thing to say is my life is shorter today than it was yesterday. And there's kind of power in owning your time and also creating your own path and not being bound by people, places, systems, or things. So clearly, I'm in the second half of my life. People like to be like, oh, 50 is young, 50 is young. 50 is not young. I have clearly more good years behind me. Maybe not more because maybe I will live to 101. Okay, so I don't know. However, I know I have more good years behind me than I have in front of me. So I'm going to consider myself in the second half of my life. And I'm losing time daily, and my number could be up soon. Like, people around me are dropping dead at young ages. Like, man, some even in their 40s, but more recently, like 54, 56. Like, the walls of time are closing in on me. I don't know how y'all feel about yourself, but I feel like the walls of time are closing in on me. And I don't want to get caught, just doing the same thing that I complained about doing every day. So I just figured that, I need to change some things about myself because I was tired of just being sick and tired of complaining about the same old thing every day. And, I don't know about nobody else, but when I hear myself, because, I listen to myself talk a lot. And when I hear myself say the same thing over and over and over and over again, and I'm not doing anything different to change it, then I start to look at myself crazy. And, that's not healthy because, all the other stuff that I got going on. Last thing I need to be doing is that. So I just decided that, I'm just going to make changes. And what am I doing next? Hold on, y'all. Thank you for sticking with me this long because this is just a long ramble. So yeah, I'm a little nosy just like y'all. So I want to get out here with my newly renewed passport and see what the world has to offer. And ultimately, I really couldn't do it with stuff. I just couldn't. Like, why I'm going to pack up, quit, run away with a whole bunch of just baggage. That really, when you sit down and think about it, actually, when I sat down and thought about it with myself and had to talk with myself, it really just didn't make much sense at all. So before you ask why I didn't put the stuff in storage, just because I pretty much never really believed in storage anyway. I don't just need extra stuff just sitting somewhere that I'm probably never going to go back to get, or I'll go back to get, and then when I go get it, I don't really want it anyway. So, it's just like, if I need to store it, I can give it away. That's really how, let somebody else enjoy it. And besides, I really just don't want any angers in life. I've always considered myself a global citizen. Now it's time. And that leads me to being a global citizen leads me to visas.